where there's no help, you are your own help. So I said we will start something for immigrants who can come and showcase whatever skills they already have, so that they can, while they're trying to adapt here or trying to find a better job, they have something that they can be doing and earning money from. So in a nutshell, that's what Motherland Cooking Xperience and Motherland Cultural Connections, it's all about.
That's good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And
Thanks.
you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for giving us this opportunity to have this quick chat. You know, it's amazing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for just inviting me here and for giving me this opportunity to talk about what we do. I really, really appreciate it.
My pleasure. So once again, everyone, thanks for joining us. I see quite a good number of people already. Iwing Marketplace Chit Chat is it's an opportunity for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves, and so that we get to learn about them, we get to learn about their experience. Right now with us, we are talking to Mira all the way from Michigan. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Mira?
Thank you so much. I am Mirabel Umenei. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I have 3 kids, and yeah, it's a challenge doing all of that, especially during COVID-19 times, but I love it. I am the founder of Motherland Cultural Connections. We take you on an exciting journey to Africa through experiences, some of them which are cooking experiences, some of them are house concerts, and we also have educational experiences that are paired with drumming workshops and dance workshops. I am also the founder of Berven Consulting. We serve Western Central Africa. We serve small businesses who are trying to get their products known out of Africa. And I am also a musician, singer, songwriter. My stage name is Myra Maimo, so I wear a lot of hats. Let's just put it that way.
Wow, wow, wow. You're doing a lot of stuff. I don't know how you manage all that, but my respect, that sounds like a lot of different things you're doing, all for, just this beautiful lady in front of me. So today we're going to focus on creative event management, because I see you doing that a lot, and I'm fascinated by, the creativity. Can you tell us why you're doing all these events, and how did you get into designing all these creative events?
Yeah, so it's really a long story. I'm going to try to summarize it as much as possible. When I moved to the US, I moved to study. I was doing a dual master's degree program, and when I finished and moved to Grand Rapids, what I discovered was it was really hard to get a job even after having studied here, because most of the people will hear your accents and they will be like, you probably don't have that much to contribute, even when you had the resume to prove that you could, And I found many other Africans or many other immigrants have the same issue, because they come here and it's just hard for HR to transcribe their experiences into something that can be useful here. So a lot of doctors, a lot of really skilled people end up just chilling or being kept by the side, and their skills are not being used. That definitely takes a toll on their self-esteem. It takes a toll on how much money they can bring into their homes. It affects their kids. It affects everything after that. It affects their health. And so I decided, after having tried a couple of things, tried to get into the system, tried to organize things, collaborate with other people, I tried and it didn't work. So I said, I should come up with a platform where there's no help, you are your own help. So I said, we will start something for immigrants who can come and showcase whatever skills they already have, so that they can, while they're trying to adapt here or trying to find a better job, they have something that they can be doing and earning money from. So in a nutshell, that's what Motherland Cooking Xperience and Motherland Cultural Connections, it's all about. And we do this, we have creatives, and creatives is not just people who sing, people who paint, it's people who can cook. People who can cook. And when I think about that, I think about all the moms, all the moms who are just chilling at home, not really doing anything, probably because they don't think they can do anything or they have anything to contribute. And I'm just saying, you came here with something. You came here with something. You got the race experience or your skills that you had wherever you lived before coming here. Use those.
That is amazing. You're looking out not only for yourself, but to the entire community. Bravo, Mira.
Thank you
so much. That is wonderful. So let's focus on the food. I've been looking at the pictures on Instagram. They all look so delicious. And I do understand you cook most of the food as well. Mm-hmm. How are the food? Are they spicy? Do you make your own spicy? How did you learn how to cook?
Yes. Well, if you would ask any African girl, they'll probably tell you, I don't know any girls who are African who cannot cook, because it's a thing that is ingrained into you. They start teaching you really early. I started accompanying my mom in the kitchen when I was like 3 years old, and you grow up with that. It's family, it's community. Food brings people together. Food connects people. Food destroys stereotypes. Food is a conversation starter. And so I love this kind of things. I love bringing people together. And so food is central to that I learned from my mom and from my community in Cameroon. Like you can share this with me. Like back home, you don't cook only for yourself, right? You cook with the mindset that someone's gonna stop by unannounced, and you should be able to have food for them. So that love for community and love for food just is what drives me. I love cooking, and it's one thing that pushes me. I like to discover new cuisines, try new things. We do have spices. We use spices from Cameroon, but we also use a lot of the things that we can get locally because it's just more efficient, especially for people who are learning how to cook our food for the first time. It's gonna be hard for you to say, oh, you should get some country onions. They have no clue what country onions is, And so, yes.
I remember when I was young, I went to the market and, I was telling people, I went to buy country onion.
Yes.
So in our dialect, they call it fulong.
Mm-hmm.
So I was asking people I want fulong, and they were looking at me like, crazy, what's fulong? I didn't even know the name,
Yes, exactly. So we use all of those spices, but when we cook with people, we introduce these spices to them. We provide those for them, but we encourage them to use local ingredients. For example, huckleberry is not a thing that you find here. Unless you know it and you love it, then you plant it. So we use alternatives like turnip greens, for example, to replace those. It tastes almost the same, has the same feel to it. So we go through all of those things. We guide people, give them the ingredients. The ones that they can't, like the really traditional ingredients, we buy them and provide for our guests.
Wow. So that is really, really nice that you're able to, provide our spices, which means promoting our culture. But one thing that I find very amazing is your, marketing skills are phenomenal. You're able to list your business in many different platforms like Yelp. How do the travel one? How do you call it?
There's TripAdvisor. There's Airbnb.
TripAdvisor, Airbnb.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
One thing, exposure. And what I've discovered too in doing research for my business, since it's more experiential, whether in person or virtual, one thing that is important is that my customers are not immediately, they're not around me. So I have to try by all means to reach them where they are. For example, you have people traveling they're going to a new city and they want to experience something new. That's the experiential mindset. We do have local customers, but my mind is we always need to expand and get more people to know what we're doing, because there's only, if you sit with the few that you get, that's it. You know, you can go so much further when you're able to list yourself on these different networks. And we have people from all over the world using our services because of that, because Airbnb, everybody uses it. You know, when people are traveling, they use that. TripAdvisor, the same thing. So if you're going to a city, then if you are an experiential business, this is something that you're thinking about. It's very important. Make sure you spread you spread the word. You know, it's gonna be harder to do all the work that Airbnb can do for you when you try to do it by yourself. And so let's use these platforms. It definitely helps.
Wow, I'm glad you've just given like a vital information out there. That's really nice for you. And thank you also for listing your business on Iwing Marketplace.
Yeah.
and supporting the business. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Let's move to let's stay with still the customer, talking about customers.
Yes.
I would like to know, like, what are the problems that you're solving for your customers?
I am solving problems for people who are trying to reconnect back to Africa, for people who are tracing their roots back to Africa. This is an immersion into the culture that you're getting into, but also for people who are companies who are looking for cultural competency training. This is it. It's one thing to go sit and listen to a lecture. It's another thing to actually get into it, get your hands in there, be interactive, and actually do these things. So for companies, we are a good team building opportunity or party opportunity. We serve schools too, because we take them, our students, not just only through social studies about Africa. They get to experience what it is, the excitement of drumming, learning how to drum, learning how to dance. We also have food. So it's like a full experience that you're giving them. And in this day and age, it is very important that we bring up world citizens. Our kids should be able to just understand that there's not one way of doing things. And the way you teach them this is by having them experience stuff like this, that bring up like really fun, happy emotions in them, so they can always remember that experience, and they will be able to relate better with someone that comes from the culture that they've experienced. So those are some of the things that we would do. We come to you. So if you wanted to organize something for you and your friends, we would bring the party to you. We will come with the food and we cook together. If it's a concert, an intimate concert with your friends, we would bring everything and you just chill and you have a good time.
That's amazing. That is really smart to be able to come out with that business model. That's actually a very smart business model. I really like that, you know. But talking about organizing events, I've seen you've done quite a good number of creative events.
Yeah.
And, you know, from the pictures, I see people engaged, I see people happy, you know. Can you share us some of the tips that you've learned from all this? Planning is very, very important. Planning is very, very important. It's also important to know what the goal is. What do you want the people who are attending to leave having? Is it just information? Is it happiness? Is it more something reflective? So you need to think about this and structure your event accordingly. One other thing that helps, get volunteers, because it always looks like it's a small job until you get into it, and then it takes like 3 hours. So arm yourself with volunteers. Another thing that I'm gonna say is some events, it's actually good to keep it short and sweet, because some people, their attention span is 2 hours for whatever, or 1 hour for whatever. So keep it short and sweet. And then one other thing I would say is collaborate.
collaborate with other business people. If you are organizing an event and you know you can decorate and you can cook, don't try to do all of that by yourself. You know, grab another person, because that's how you network while doing. The next time they have something, they're going to think about you, and you're part of it as well. And in so doing, the whole community grows. So those would be my few tips for organizing an event well.
Thanks for sharing. You know, this is I don't know how to put this, but that is humbling. You know, for you to be able to share, you know, wonderful tips with us and our audience. But before we go, one last thing I always ask my guests to do is to say something to the prospects, you know, everyone who is watching.
I just want to encourage you. You are watching right now. I want to encourage you. If you haven't yet found what moves you, what gives you passion, you know, it's very important to ask yourself the questions. What brings me joy? What thing that I do brings me joy? And I would say tap into that, because those are the things that take you through, because you're so passionate, you will not mind the work that goes into it. And so it can last for longer. And I just want to also say, if you are an immigrant, this is the time to shine. This is the time to shine. You have a lot that you have brought with you. You have a lot to give. You have a lot to share, you know. And if you feel like you need maybe some tips from me, definitely get to me, write to me, or text me or something on any of my pages, either Motherland Cooking Xperience or Myra Maimo. And we will talk. I will give you the few things that I've learned. But I just want to say, you are worth it. You are worthy. You are skilled. You are talented. You are loved. So go out and conquer the world.
Wow. Thanks so much, Mira. Thanks for all these encouraging words. And, you know, thank you all, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you happen to, you know, need Mira, you know, you can visit her on Iwing Marketplace. You can check her Instagram, Motherland Cooking Xperience.
Yes.
You know, if you have an event coming and you want to spice the event with, you know, African music, poetry, you know, do get in touch with Mira, and she is going to make it happen. Thank you all, guys. And Mira, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
It's been a great session. Have a nice day. Keep it up.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.